Hi everyone, welcome to Fridays at the Organ at the Church of the Holy Trinity on Manhattan's Upper East Side. I'm Cleve Kersh, the music director. We have been looking at this incredible medieval chant, Ave Maris Stella, Hail Star of the Sea. This is the third week we've looked at it. We've looked at a couple of different verses in succession because I've been basing this talk on the variations on this chant tune that were written by Marcel Dupré in the 1920s. So each week I've been doing a different variation as time and ability allow, of course. This week I wanted to focus on verse 2, which sounds like this.
Sumensi lud ave, Gabrieli sore, funda nos in pace, mutans eve nomen.
So this is after the generic first verse, which simply says, Hail, Star of the Sea. Basically, we love you. Verse 2 has this mysterious translation, receiving that Ave from Gabriel's mouth, confirm us in peace, reversing Eva's name. What in the world is he talking about here? So, of course, when Gabriel, the angel Gabriel came to the Virgin Mary with the annunciation that she would bear a child, he said, Ave Maria. That's how it's said in Latin, A-V-E. Now, there's an old doctrine about the Virgin Mary that she, in fact, played a big part in the redemption of humans because she was the reverse of Eve. Now, in Latin, Eve is spelled E-V-A, which is the reverse of Ave. So here's this tiny little theological thing from about the 2nd century. The first time this relationship between Eve and the Virgin Mary was mentioned. For Eve, who was a virgin and undefiled, having conceived the word of the serpent, brought forth disobedience and death. But the Virgin Mary received faith and joy when the angel Gabriel announced the good tidings to her that the Spirit of the Lord would come upon her, and the power of the highest would overshadow her. Wherefore also the holy thing begotten of her is the Son of God. And she replied, Be it unto me according to thy word. All right, so that explains the verbiage of that verse. What's nice about this variation by Dupré, he's attempting to make something of that. He's attempting to work with a musical pun, but it's not quite the one that I wanted. The one that I wanted, of course, was if he were to take the chant tune and reverse it. This is what I wish he had done. Now, perhaps I haven't studied the piece hard enough, and in some little arcane way in the accompaniment figures, he's actually doing something like that. I don't quite think so. He's doing something more straightforward, which is a simple canon. That is to say, one voice starts the melody, the other voice comes in a different key a little bit later, and also traces the melody. So I think what Dupré is working with here is the transmission from Gabriel to the Virgin Mary, this sort of ushering forth of a new era, this kind of thing. So Bach used to do the same thing a lot. Anytime there was some kind of pronouncement or some sort of succession or growth in the faith, he would use a canon or something like it to demonstrate this idea. So the two voices in the Dupré end up, the two canonic voices will sound a little bit like this. And so forth. In the meantime, I've mentioned this busy little accompanimental figure. It sounds like this. And so forth. It seems like a freely composed thing. I do know that Dupré originally would have improvised these, and then he had a pretty phenomenal memory, so he was able to write down afterwards what he improvised. So my guess is the little accompaniment figure is just It's what it is. It's an improvisation. I doubt that he did what I wanted him to do, which is do this kind of reversal of the chant tune, but that's quite all right. It's a very charming piece of music as it is, and let's see if I can play it for you. And there we have the second verse of Ave Maria Stella by Marcel Dupré. Have a great weekend, everybody.